He married my sister, now we're living together.
Roommates-in-law, Tom.
Hello, Timothy.
Holy crap, how we doing?
I'm Tom Schneen,
I'm Teen Sneen.
and we are not roommates,
Not brothers-in-law.
but 8 people to this day have accused us of being pretty good friends.
Top-tier friends.
Yeah.
Strangers on the street will stop us and be like, whoa, 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 whoa.
You seem like you guys are within your each other's like top 5% of their friends.
I would say both of you light up green when you post a story.
Whoa, close friends.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's for my Instagram crew. Anybody that's on Instagram, I get that one.
Do you ever use close friends? I never use close friends.
Absolutely not.
Wait, what?
Absolutely not. I mean, I don't do a lot of stories outside of today when I'm begging for fashion advice, but that's about it.
What'd you throw on there today?
I put a little jacket on there. I don't know what I'm doing. Here's the thing, Tom. I have no sense of fashion. I see something, I'm like, that looks pretty good.
I mean, you're talking
I have
to someone
no
who's
idea if that's
worn
cool.
almost the same outfit every day for the last calendar year.
I mean, that's exactly what I do. I find 2 T-shirts that work, and I'm like, done. This is it.
And that's a good way to live. I mean, Steve Jobs did it. You know, Zuckerberg does it.
No, we got. I wouldn't say I'm on the level of Jobs.
I am not looks wise, but intellectually I am. So I figured I might as well catch up on the look side too.
Well, see, I don't have the looks thing. I would say on a net worth aspect, we're on a similar playing field.
You're close, at least similar trajectory.
Sure.
As in one day you'll be dead.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that doesn't really coincide to the net worth thing. But yeah, no, I get what you're saying, Tom.
I don't know. Does your net worth carry on when you're dead? It gets passed on.
No, nobody's like Steve Jobs' net worth is X. Right?
Yeah. You can't take it with you.
Can't take it with you. Damn, that's deep, Tom.
Yeah, I came up with that the other day.
Did you know that? You've like you can't put it all into the coffin, dude.
And I was like, I should write that down. I should use that.
Fuck.
Yeah.
That kind of makes me reevaluate a lot of things I'm doing in my life.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing on stage these days. I'm getting up there and I'm just talking life lessons.
It is breaking down barriers. Because, I mean, that's why we both got into stand-up in the first place, was to make an insane amount of money quickly.
Yes. And the thing is, it's going pretty well.
Yeah. I mean, the Tiny Cupboard Venmoed me $7 recently.
Oh, fuck, dude. I mean, what sucks about that is you have to report that on your taxes because those kind of numbers will pop up on the IRS's radar.
Well, I just walked by their IRS office here in New York. I just flicked them a dime, and I said, "Hey, that's for the Tiny Cupboard spot.
That's for this whole year." Man, that's a cool part of like. I'm jealous of old money because like flicking a coin to someone is such a cool move.
Yeah. When you had to have a little,
we buy now. That's
you had to have a little sack of coins.
Well, or even like if you're buying like a sandwich in 1920 or whatever, and you just like flick a $50 to someone.
Little sack of Jawea. No, that's a full $1.
Yeah, that's a full one. I think.
What are you flicking? That's not Grant. Who's on the? Oh, it's Kennedy.
He's on the hat. Oh, yeah. He looks kind of hot on it, too.
He's kind of a piece. Yeah, his hair looks cool. He's kind of a 50-cent piece, to be honest with you, Tom.
There it is. Wow.
Now we're doing it.
Early in. Let's go.
Now we're doing it. That's a point for Tim. What you sipping on, Savvy B?
Well, Summertime Savvy B.
There we go.
A Tim Smith original. I already passed on an old joke, so I'm showing maturity early on in this episode.
So, what was it?
Because I was talking about, back in the 20s, you could just flick. And I was going to be like, I don't know.
Right,
it was like, that's how you bought lunch, right?
Right. Yeah. And we haven't heard that rendition of that joke 200,000 times on this pod yet, Tom.
No, we've only had 48 episodes.
We've had 48 episodes?
Yeah. We're about to hit the big 5-0.
You know what that almost equates to? No, that's it. It's 2 full days of us podcasting.
Yeah, the only 2 days that we've hung out.
we have spent 2 full days of our existence.
Yeah,
podcasting.
It kind of feels like
that weird?
More.
Right? Oh, it feels like 2 full months.
Yeah.
Sometimes I get 20 minutes into this pod and I'm like, Jesus Christ, if Tom loses one more roll and I gotta talk to this guy, I'm gonna blow my brains out. Tom, did I tell you I talked to my mother about, what was it, 2 pods ago when you were a real sad sack?
Yeah.
She hit me up. I'm like, hey mom, hadn't talked to her in 4 or 5 days. She goes, is Tom okay? I was like, what? I was like, who's Tom?
Yeah, you're like thinking relatives.
I'm like, wait, our Uncle Tom? She goes, no, Tom Schnee. Is he all right?
Oh my God,
I was
Patty,
like, what do you? I was like,
death.
how do you have more up to date news on Tom than I do? She goes, no, I just listened to the pod. He said he just sounded sad. I was like, oh, his torso is not great.
Oh yeah, he doesn't even have a backup's torso. He recently found this out, so yeah, he's not taking it great.
He's not doing great. He's not doing great. He just lost a gig to a karaoke machine. He's not doing great.
Oh, that's my 0 of the week.
The karaoke machine or the people that booked you?
People. God, bury
Lay this on me. So I know, my bad. This was put into the group chat earlier, and it really made me laugh.
This is early on 0 of the week. Speaking of making money in comedy, I did a show, I don't know, a month ago, and afterwards I got an email. Some lady found my email and she was like, hey, we just saw you at the in Burbank or wherever it was, I don't know, and you were great. We're throwing a big 60th birthday for my mom. We'd love for you to be the entertainment. What's your rate? And I'm like, all right, I know this sounds like the worst hell gig of all time. Oh, in the email too, it was like, there will be 2 90-year-old grandmothers and some children.
Cater your material to that.
Yeah. She's like, but mostly mid-30s and 40s people with Midwestern roots. I'm like, you should have just said that. And
say that.
Leave grandmas in the sunroom.
What are you supposed? You're supposed to somehow weave a joke about the Great Depression.
Yeah.
And the what do children know? Nothing at all.
Fortnite? I don't know.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right. So I asked a couple people what I should charge, and they're like, ask for $1,000. Ask for $1,000. They're like, I think we can make that work. Let's plan on it. I was like, Jesus Christ, I thought you were going to say no. So now I was like, I guess I'm doing this thing. And I wake up to an email today. This was a couple weeks ago. I wake up to an email today and it said, hey, Tommy, change of plans. We've decided to rent a karaoke machine instead. Here's the thing.
Tom, you could buy a karaoke machine for $63.
Yeah. Well, also, it's like they could have just said, hey, we've had a change of plans. We're not able to do this anymore.
Hey, the grandmother died that we were going to have the party for.
Yeah.
You're no longer necessary.
You didn't need to tell me you've been replaced by the worst amp of all time and a shitty microphone.
Machine.
I mean, that is, I can't, to be fair, I can't really, like, what? I'm up there at 4 p.m. in the afternoon in this backyard talking about my family. I can't compete with Uncle Joe singing Stairway to Heaven.
I know, but 1,000 clams, you got to do it.
Oh, I asked for 1,000 because I was like, they won't do it.
How about this one, Tom? I got a little something for your ass. I got a similar thing. After you and I did the best club on planet Earth, Comedy on State, Madison, Wisconsin, shout out.
Yes.
Similar email. Hey, we want you to come do a gig for our company. Have you do an hour? What's your rate? I hit up a friend of ours.
Oh, yeah. I remember this.
I'm not going to say who it was, but he said, oh, man, I got tell him $5,000.
Is that what he sounds like? Because then I think I knew who it was.
And I said, really? I'm not going to say his name, but I said, really, Jeff? $5,000? He said, oh, companies have so much money. $5,000. I said, all right. I sent him back $5,000, and I never heard from them again. There's some top tier advice from my good comedian friend. Yeah,
you're taking advice from the guy who eats just a plate of asparagus for dinner every night.
Plate of asparagus and a string cheese.
And microwaved breakfast sausages.
I mean, what on earth? I felt like such a moron sending that email. I almost wanted to send her like a little wink after. Like,
yeah, be
like, come on, my friend told me to do this, but we both know it's ridiculous.
But I mean, it would be sick if you gave me 5 G's also.
Like, it would be amazing. It'd be the biggest payday of my fucking comedy career by about 8,000%.
About $4,500.
Oh, I mean, getting replaced by a karaoke machine, that's one of those things where you have to sit back and you go, what are we doing here?
I was like, well, here's what I wanted to say. I wanted to send, be like, I didn't want to do the gig. Like,
Yeah, I didn't want this shit.
Yeah, like,
I was doing this as a favor.
Yeah, for $1,000. It was
For
$1,000 favor.
It was $1,000 favor, but still.
But I mean, I was so mad at her because that's why I wanted to nominate her for Zero, because she told me what she's replacing me with.
Yeah,
And
well,
that
she doesn't.
seemed unnecessary.
I don't think she knows exactly how hurtful that is.
What a dunk that was.
Yeah, or why that's that hurtful.
Yeah, I guess. I
mean, not even buy one. They were gonna rent one.
We're just gonna rent a karaoke machine for $40 instead.
Let's see. What a rental. Hey,
what sucks is
Jamie, look up a rental rate for a karaoke machine.
Business Tom, will you quick look that up?
Rental rate. There's the ice cream man is currently outside of my window. Can you hear that?
No.
It's 8:20 at night. It's pitch black outside. The ice cream man is outside, Tom. It's 54 degrees.
Dude, oh yeah, it is. That is too cold. We got, I don't know. $150 for home karaoke rentals.
I kind of love that they were like, look, we can toss a thou at this kid, or
we can have probably a more guaranteed better time.
It is a guaranteed better time.
Like, the comedy is not supposed to happen at a birthday party in the middle of the afternoon.
Because at some point you're gonna start bombing and you're gonna turn on the crowd.
Yeah, or like it'll just be, even if they were like the most pleasant, nice crowd and they paid attention and laughed, it's not like you're gonna like murder.
Yeah, no,
like,
not a chance. Like, you're not Frank, you're not Don Rickles. You're not like a guy that they're like, oh my God, I've been dying to see this guy my entire life.
Yeah,
how'd you get him for my birthday?
This is huge for my birthday. They're like, what? Where'd you see this guy? Oh, a Sunday show at
the
9
Ha Ha
p.m.?
Lounge? Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? But you almost got $1,000 to do comedy. Tom.
I almost did.
Almost.
That's on my resume now.
I mean, that's like a full headlining weekend at a really bad club I've done.
Oh, I've heard a couple more rates recently too that significantly differ from the prices we've been paid in the past.
At what, at the clubs that I think we're thinking of?
Well, like the Cavalcade.
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
They hit the kids with a discount rate.
I think we got a little budget cut.
And we're like, hey, thanks so much for having us.
I was like, this is massive, to be honest. And a hotel.
My good friend Jack Reeves is just sitting in the green room like, these fucking idiots, dude. I'm getting paid twice what he's getting paid to headline.
I'm like, yeah, but I get to split a hotel room with my good friend Tim. So who's really winning here?
Holy shit. We got to get better at negotiating.
Yeah.
People toss me a gig. I say, what's the price? They're like $8. And I'm like, well, does it include a hotel? And they're like, no, but we'll slap you in the dick once or twice. And I'm like, well, that's a deal. That's what we in the biz refer to as a deal.
Could you at least not cover my gas to get there?
Yeah.
Is there any chance you could do that for me?
They're like, wait, we actually have to do that. I'm like, nah, all right. Yeah, I'll take the gas.
I guess I'll still come as long as I only get one free drink.
I mean, the other night I'm at Caroline's. I'm hosting that Caroline show. And this is how like little we expect out of comedy. They come up, they're like, hey, do you want a meal or something? I was like, I don't want to do that to you guys. They're like, dude, pick a meal from the
Yeah, dude.
And I picked I was like, I'll take the wings. They're like, you just want wings? I was like, yeah, just give me, it's a $12 meal. Just give me the wings.
Like,
He was like, all right, dude. He was like, do you at least want some drinks? I was like, yeah, give me a Heineken. He goes, how many? I was like, just one. He was like, you want one Heineken and wings? I was like, what do you want me to do here? Come in, like, yeah, give me the prime rib and a fucking.
You're worried they're not going to make rent in Times Square?
I mean, I don't know what I'm doing. You just try not to ruffle any feathers. And you know what? I think that hurts you.
Trying not to ruffle feathers hurts you?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think
It's
I need
always
to go
good
in there and
make
be like,
enemies.
no, I think I need to go in there and be like, yeah, give me a T-bone steak, a $500,
Sure.
and I want a glass of fucking I don't know, what's a good whiskey? You like whiskey? Give me a glass of blah 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 on the rocks.
For some reason, I couldn't think of a whiskey. I was like Lagavulin.
Lagavulin. Give me a glass of
Scotch.
Lagavulin on the rocks. They're like, what are you
man.
I don't know. We gotta figure something out.
We do that thing. I mean, it's like when I got charged the drink that I thought I wasn't buying at the Improv. I still was like, yeah, thank you so much for having me.
Brother, I've been charged at a club I was featuring at all weekend.
Oh yeah.
They hit me. They brought me the tab, and it was not cheap. Tom,
It's annoying because it's like, hey, you could have just waited till you were gonna pay me and taken it out of the pay.
take it out of the pay.
Even then, that's super shitty.
It's insane. It's truly insane. But don't hit me with a tab of as I'm leaving.
God. Yeah.
As I'm driving home, hit me with the $80 tab because I had 48 beers. So now I got to jump in the car and drive home with that on my head. Now I got to drive an hour back to Chicago.
Now I got to drive an hour back to Chicago
In my friend's car
because of your guys' beer that I was drinking that I had to pay for individually.
Oh God, Tom, how about this kerfuffle I had at Caroline? So, you know, I'm hosting this show. It's a great show, a lot of very good comedians, but I didn't know that it's guest spot city in this. You know, they're tossing out guest spots to. I mean, 13 guest spots.
So what? Like maybe 8 comics on the lineup, 6 comics on the lineup.
4 of the paid booked comics, excluding me. So 5.
5 booked comics, and then what? 7 guest spots.
No, probably 12.
Oh my God, dude!
12 guesties.
How long was the show?
Over 2 hours.
Oh my God!
So, you know, the only comics that didn't tell me to say their credits before
Were the best ones.
were the ones that had credits.
Yeah.
The only ones.
Mm-hmm.
The ones that have been on Comedy Central and blah, 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 and blah, 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 blah. They were like, yeah, say whatever. It's every fucking guy that's doing 5. He's coming up. Hey, can you say that I run a show at Lucky Larry's every other Thursday?
Yeah,
it's actually in. Yeah. Do you know where Jersey? I'm like, I'm not saying that. So I'm bringing these people up, and I finally get to the point where I'm kind of done listening to them. They come up, they say, "Hey, will you let them know that I wear a size 11 shoe?" And I'm like, that has nothing to do with anything. And so this girl comes up, and she's super nice, you know, whatever. And she comes up and she's like, "Hey," and I'm like half listening. She goes, "Hey, will you let them know that my album Just a Whore came out?" And I'm like, yeah, sure, Just a Whore, got it. And I get up on stage, and I'm like, hey, it's next year coming up. She's got an album coming out. It's called Just a Whore. And everybody's like, gee, yeah, why the fuck would she name it that? She gets up on stage. She goes, it's called Not Just a Whore.
This next comic coming to the stage, she's just an absolute whore.
This girl's just an easy piece of ass.
That
Nobody
is
respects
a key
her.
word to leave out there, my friend.
Not Just a Whore, Tom.
Oh,
That's
my
the
God.
name of the album. Because I was like, God, I was like, damn, Just a Whore? Like, why would you name
Kind
it
of a
that?
bad. Did you run that by anyone?
All right, well, here we go. I'm gonna go scream it into this microphone.
Oh my God!
She didn't seem thrilled. She didn't shake my hand getting off the stage.
Well, yeah, that's because you called her a whore.
Yeah, yes, I did, and it seemed very intentional because I was like, "Hey, have a great set." It was not great. I tried to catch her after she.
Cool riff, dude.
Yeah, I was like, "Oh shit!" And then a guy gets up there. This actually made me feel good. He's actually kind of an unbelievably good comic, but he gets up and he's like, "Yeah, give it up for this Jimmy Kimmel looking ass," and it bombed.
Whoa.
Bombed horribly.
Are you out of your Kimmel phase? What's going on?
Oh no, I look just like Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
But nobody liked it.
Wow.
Which I kind of liked.
You liked that? I don't know. I guess it's not.
I liked that they didn't like it.
It's not like that's an insult.
No, I know, but I liked that they were like, "Hey, dude."
Oh, like don't come up our boy Tim.
Hey, don't come up my guy right now.
Yeah, he's kind of our boy. Yeah,
that's my guy up there. He's riffing and raffing. He's called the girl a whore for no reason.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's like
I don't know.
when a certain headliner called me that rich kid who was up here before, and it really ate one in Kenosha, Wisconsin, and he walked a bunch of people, and they apologized to me on the way out. I was like,
You love that.
you trying to make fun of me.
Because when it works, you're going,
devastating.
so they don't like me.
They were waiting to make fun of me.
Yeah. But when it bombed, when they're going, whoa,
That's our
you're making
friend.
fun of our guy. That's my good friend Tim.
That's one of my best friends right there.
Feels good.
Yeah, I get what you're
Feels
saying.
good.
Yeah.
He's a really good comedian though. He had a great set.
Oh man, I had a we did our second edition of Red Show Blue Show
Secret lineup.
with a secret lineup. Actually, no, we announced it. Shit, I forgot to do secret lineup. We announced it beforehand. That was a big mess up. That's off brand for us. We did Red Show Blue Show. We had I had a heckler at the show I was hosting.
There we go.
This girl who's just I don't know. I don't remember how it came up, but I said something early on, and she's like Jesus Christ. She says it like an old like New York dude, and like yells something out. I was like, "Was that you?" She's like, "Yeah." And I was like, "What was that voice? Are you from Brooklyn?" And she's like, "No, South Carolina." And I'm like, "That was like an old Brooklyn accent."
She's essentially like, oh,
Yeah, she literally was like, "What? Hey, what?
I'm walking here. Yeah.
Hey, what's going on here?"
Oh, Cat's Delicatessen. Oh,
I was like, "What was that voice?" And she goes, "Sorry, I haven't drank in 3 days, and it's hitting me."
love that.
And I was like, "So
Right,
what's so funny is she said it so confidently that I was kind of like, oh, so like now you drank a little bit, and you're like kind of
Right.
so
Yeah,
over.
that I usually have a different accent when I drink.
Yeah, and well, I was also like, wait a second, did you say 3 days?" She's like, "Yeah."
Right? Oh, so you're a booze hound.
I was like, "Oh, this is a problem for you. Like, that's not 3 days doesn't affect your tolerance."
Mm-mm. Well, I mean, I guess if you're a true booze bag,
Well, you might let loose more, but I don't think it actually affects the way your blood interacts with the alcohol.
okay. Well, now what are you, Albert Einstein? All of a sudden, Tom?
Dude, I'm a chemist. Don't ever mess.
Fucking
don't even
tell me more about how to split an atom.
Yeah,
Tom.
dude, I took general chemistry freshman year and then failed out of Orgo. So how about that?
Orgo? Was that organic chemistry?
Yeah,
Why do you call it Orgo? Should be
don't
called
know.
like Orchem or something.
that's I don't. We called it Orgo.
Should have called it OC. Honestly, that's what you should have called it.
Fuck, maybe I would have stayed in pre-med
Damn, dude.
if I had a cool name for my class.
Hey, you guys going to OC today? See?
Tom, OC's not catching on, Tom.
Oh, I mean, Orgo. That's classic fail out class. Give me a nice OC. I'm in there every day.
I'm fucking dialed into the OC. It's one of my
Drinking a glass of OJ during the OC, dude.
Oh man, but yeah, she was a great character. I couldn't decide how I felt about her overall. She did keep interrupting the show, but she was pretty funny. And
I don't know how I felt about her. She did ruin the show, though.
it was she goes at one point she's just talking to her friend next to her, and one of the comics goes, "Are you talking to yourself?" And she goes, "No, I was talking to her." Like the talking was the issue.
I kind of she's kind of fun.
I know.
Honestly.
Like, she was so like honest that I was like, God, it's hard to like hate you.
No,
You're being a problem.
talking to her.
Yeah, she was like, "No, just talking to her, my friend."
Let's having a full blown conversation with that person.
Yeah.
Oh,
She's
okay.
in the third row. I was like, God.
I like her. Who won? Red Show, Blue Show?
Red Show again takes the W. We're 2-0.
Okay, so what's the deal? Is Red Show inside? Are you go switching venues? What are we
Red
doing
Show's
here?
outside.
Red Show's outside.
The outside show
Interesting.
was pretty hot.
Interesting.
The inside
okay.
show did get to about 109 degrees, so that might have had something to do
Okay,
with
well,
it.
there we go. Yeah. Jesus Christ.
I walked in there at one point because I was hosting the outside show, and I poked my head in to see what's up, and I opened the door, and it was like, poof. I was like,
You just feel
whoa.
it instantly. Yeah.
It felt exactly like, do you remember like going into a,
Sauna.
no, like, well, yeah, that. No, but like the
Hot
with the
gymnasium.
smell, the basement of like a college house party.
Basement of a college house party. Well, I guess it's different in Notre Dame. Like, it didn't get that hot in Louisiana. So, like, it never really, like,
Are you being
I don't know if that
sarcastic?
trend. Yes, of course, Tom.
I was like, was like, I don't think that's true.
Basement of a hot.
It's like that.
Well, here's the difference. There are no basements. There's no basements in Louisiana.
Okay, but you had house parties that got crowded and hot. I assume. I don't know. Maybe not. That's what it brought me back to was like.
I feel like a basement has a different stink.
Or like a dorm party. Did you guys have dorm parties?
Dorm parties. They were mostly house parties.
Okay.
The dorms, you never really got loose in a dorm.
Yeah, we Notre Dame's not a dry campus, so we threw a lot of parties in dorms.
Oh well, LSU is absolutely a dry campus.
Well, like, can you booze in the dorms and shit?
I think so. I never stayed in a dorm.
Oh, really? Where'd you live freshman year?
At my parents' house.
Whoa, you were a from home freshman?
Yeah.
Whoa, what was?
I lived in Baton Rouge.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
You know what I mean? Like LSU was right down the street. My parents are like, you should probably. We know you.
Yeah.
maybe. Maybe
eat a couple of home cooked meals.
Maybe see your mom and dad for a little bit.
When did you move out of the house?
Like sophomore year, like mid sophomore year.
Okay, thank God you weren't a 4-year from home guy.
But my parents were right. I think I would have been dead in a ditch somewhere. Because there were plenty of times where I'm waking up and I'm like, boy, I did it again.
And I'm in my childhood bed. No, not your childhood bed.
We've done it again. I don't have a childhood bed, Tom.
Wow, that's true. Is that traumatic for you?
It's not traumatic, Tom.
When people bring that up, well, I feel like people talk about their childhood bedrooms a lot.
I don't have childhood shit.
I didn't have a childhood.
You want to know what I got, Tom? Childhood trauma.
That's funny just because like over Christmas I was back home in my childhood trauma and visiting my parents, which is always so fun to just sleep in your childhood trauma.
Oh man, I love like hanging out in my childhood trauma bed. I mean, so fun, rewarding.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I don't know.
What else you got going on here? We don't have to talk about your childhood trauma if you don't want.
Oh boy, now I'm really spiraling here, John.
My sister, my sweet sister number 5, love her to death. She checked in on me. She goes, "Hey, you've nominated yourself for Zero of the Week 3 times now." Like, how's therapy going? I was like,
people are concerned after that episode.
It was just
Tom.
1 week where I was struggling.
People
are
upset.
I'm not allowed to express myself honestly, I guess, on the pod.
No, you need to be as fake as humanly possible. You know that this is called entertainment, Tom.
I'll tell you what. I appreciate the check-ins from Patty. Will you give Patty my phone number though, and just tell her she can call me directly?
I already did.
Good. I didn't get a call.
She was straight up. Pat's a tough woman. You got to really break down the barriers with Pat.
Well, Pat, I'm here.
Let me know when you want to check in, Pat.
Oh man. Wait, dude, I saw a fun thing. I don't know if we're talking about comedy too much. Actually, I'll tell this story first. This was a fun moment where a stranger basically checked in on my wellness.
Love that.
I was like, I don't know, this was on Saturday, I think. Wake up, it's kind of hot. It's like one of those nights, decided not to turn the AC on. It's still getting hot here. Woke up like sweaty a little bit, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm not making hot coffee today. I'm going to buy cold brew. I've been trying not to buy coffee anymore, but I'm like, fuck it. I'm going.
I'm fully hooked.
There's a Starbucks a couple blocks away, and that's it. There's like no good grocery or no good coffee shops around me. And so I walk. It's a Starbucks inside of a Target. It's a tough local spot.
Yeah, that's not great.
But I go and I'm waiting in line for. It's packed. 15 people in front of me. I get to the front. I'm like, can I get a cold brew? And she goes, oh, are we out of cold brew? And then the guy from over on the side goes, no, we got some. And I guess I let out like a very audible sigh of relief. Because she kind of paused and looked up at me and goes, wow, I felt like you had a lot riding on that.
And you're like, it's tough. I really did, honestly.
Like, I literally was just like, you have no idea.
Yeah, this is going to be a dark, dark day in the history of Tom Schnee.
I was gonna scream something and then walk out.
Tell me about this, Tom. So I'm full latte Tim right now. I'm addicted to lattes. I go and I get a nice
been for as long as I know you. I'm
getting nice lattes every morning. And you start to build up an immunity to these things.
Oh yeah.
So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go double shot iced latte.
Yep.
It's a normal beverage. I go up, I go, hey, can I have a double shot iced latte? She goes, we always do double shots.
Yes. I've gotten this same response before.
What the hell is that?
So I know I've gotten the same thing. I hate it. So then what?
So
did you
am I
say?
supposed to? I was just like, oh. She goes, so like when you just can order a nice latte.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, here's what I'm like. You know what I'm asking.
I'm trying to double the amount of caffeine.
Like what's the confusion here? Double what you're doing. You act like don't make me look like a fucking dickhead in front of everybody.
In front of all my friends.
Because like I've seen you 200 times and I've ordered a nice latte.
Yeah.
If I'm coming in saying I want a double shot, it means I'm trying to get a little more juice here.
I'm trying to let the juice loose.
I mean, what the hell are you
my
doing?
My sister in Christ here. What are we doing? Yeah, it's. I've gotten that same response. I've gotten a less dickish version of that response.
I did not care for.
I've gotten like it's usually 2 shots. Do you want 4?
Yeah, that's what I want 4. That's what I asked for.
So what I usually order if I go that route and try to let the juice loose a little bit, I say, I'll go cappuccino usually, but I'm like, can I get a cappuccino with an extra shot?
Okay, well then I gotta go latte extra shot then.
I think you go latte extra shot, or you could say latte 4 shots, please.
What's tough is like you have to complete the order, but you can't do it in a way that's like angry because everything you order is like so fun loving.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm like, okay, well yeah, then just give me the iced latte and give me that blueberry scone too.
Single.
Take out those fucking blueberries. There's way too many blueberries. Want a single blueberry scone.
Didn't realize you guys did double blueberries too. Jesus Christ. Oh, is this the double coffee shop, everybody? You're turning around in line.
I mean, why would she say that? Okay, so I got to go and I guess I order 4 shots now?
Well, here's the thing that also,
seems like a lot.
I know. When I've said like, hey, can I do a cappuccino extra shot? They say, well, we pour the shots in 2s. Do you just want 4? And then I say, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
And then I say, yes, absolutely. That's what I want. Of course, that's what I want.
I am way too addicted to coffee. Like, there's like not a point in my day when I don't really want a coffee.
Same. I get bored.
Yes.
It's like kind of like taking the place of like, when you're bored and you're like, I guess I'll jack off.
Yeah, it's the same. I guess I'll just have another cold brew.
Yeah, I'm like, I guess I'll just rip an espresso.
I've already jerked off.
It's like my dick can't handle anymore.
Yeah, unless I have some more espresso.
My poor dick is like, dude, give me one more latte. I'll see what I can get out of this thing.
Dude, double shot, but they already do that.
I mean, but you know what I mean? It's the same sensation. You're like, well, I wish I had like a drink in my hand.
Well, that's where I'm equally as addicted to LaCroix. I wish I had an example because I literally just threw it out. I keep a case of LaCroix next to my desk, and I'll drink 6 in a day.
See, that's where Lizzie's at, but she's a full addict on Topo Chicos.
Oh, so she's just tripling the expense.
It's a $38 fucking mineral water that she can't get enough of. She's like, Tim, will you go grab me some Topo Chicos? They sell them in packs of 4 for $18. I'm like, yeah, totally.
I took out a small business loan to pay for them in the meantime. Dude, I will say the coffee I've been trying to keep track of how much I spend on coffee now, and it is devastating. So I've been better about making the cold brew. The thing is, I'm a cold brew slut, so you need to plan ahead. You got to make the cold brew the night before.
Yeah. Well, I've started looking into like what's like a good espresso. Is like the Nespresso?
Yeah, I have like you should definitely. Lattes are pretty easy to make, I think.
Right? It's just that fucking vitamin D milk. This milk they're pouring in there, what's a better option? I mean, they're dumping this shit like sludge.
I like oat.
You go oat?
I like oat. Yeah.
Is that a little smoother?
It's a little smoother. Yeah. I used to do almond cappuccinos, but I got a little sick of the almond milk taste.
Okay, I'm gonna check out the oat because I mean it's just fart city over here. It's like
Oh yeah,
it's so much thick
You're
fucking
just drinking
dairy.
glasses of milk every day.
Yes, that's what I'm doing. I'm like, can I get a large glass of milk?
with 4 shots of espresso in it.
I mean, I guess I could go like Americano
Yeah,
because they just dump that espresso in a glass of water, essentially.
you know what I used to drink every day? Back when I worked at LinkedIn, they had a coffee bar for free. It was like a full-on Starbucks in the office.
Love that.
I should see if they're hiring. That place ruled.
Isn't it amazing how decent we actually had it
Oh, it was a great
years
life.
ago? And
Yeah.
then we said, this is fucking
I
bullshit
was like, I'm out of this.
because we didn't
dump.
know any better.
Yeah, dude, that place ruled. I used to every day order.
Time to go be creative.
There's no way I could be creative out of this place that gives me everything I could ever need in life. No way. I'm out of here. This place is stifling.
Kudos, you fucking pieces of shit. Oh, my boss is my sister.
You guys are all super happy with your work-life balance.
Yeah, fuck you guys. I'm gonna go
I'm
be
outta
a
here.
comic.
I used to start every morning with a red eye with an extra shot. So that's a red eye is espresso with a cup of coffee poured on top of it.
Jesus, Lord in heaven.
So I used to do like 3 shots of espresso and a cup of coffee all in one thing. It tasted like shit.
There's no way it was decent.
Yeah. But it was like
Just like jet fuel.
it was when I was doing like sales development, and it was like that job was I was doing sales chat online all day. Couldn't have been more boring. So I just would get wired with my best friend Rich Park, and we would
RP?
yeah.
You just gotta get dialed in and just go to town.
And then we would shotgun Red Bull lights, Red Bull sugar freeze or whatever, Red Bull lights.
Oh my God. See,
In
I
the
just absolutely
afternoon.
get yoked on a couple of espressos. And then, so Lizzie and I both work from home. And I just come in here, I just bother Lizzie pretty much all day, every day.
Just talk all day.
Well, like I'm in our room. She's in she's in Bleecker Street Studios.
Oh yeah.
And I just, anytime I have a little thought, I just come in and I just rattle off a thought to her and then I just walk away.
You're like a little kid. With like the
And she
mom
turns
that's
around
on the
and she's
phone.
like, very good, Tim. And
Good
I'm like,
job,
yeah,
Tim.
yeah. Okay. Well, bye.
I got a big meeting anyways, so
I'm late. Okay, bye. She's like, oh, well, he's doing great.
God.
Proud of
Yeah.
my big boy.
Caffeine, it is amazing. I don't know. Someone has had a joke. There's been plenty of jokes about this, but it is like we're all on drugs. We're all addicted to a drug.
Yeah, I mean, you have to be.
Yeah.
Have you ever tried to do a job not yoked on something?
Well, there are people that I know that still to this day don't drink coffee or caffeine at all, and I'm like, I don't know like how are you more successful than me?
Well, because those are the people that are like, actually, I don't drink coffee. My body's kind of a temple. I do take 80 milligrams of Adderall every day, though.
Yeah, true.
And you're like, oh, well, that doesn't count. That's
Yeah.
you take meth.
You're doing cocaine.
What are you talking about?
Oh,
Oh,
my
God.
God.
Something's got to change here, Tom. I don't know. I mean, I'm 35. I don't know how many more years I got left in me on this earth, Tom.
Well, not drinking whole glasses of milk with 12 shots of espresso in it.
I mean, how much longer can I do this charade?
Hey, well, keep this talk up actually, because I need someone to check in on you this week. I'm like, damn, dude, you're right. You're probably not long for this earth, dude.
But I mean, do you ever think about that when you're like, I'm like, all right, I'm 35, but like the first 12 or 13 years don't really count.
Yeah, that's kind of.
You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, you didn't have a child.
Because it's like there's so like 12, 13 years. We're like, oh yeah, you spent that in a moving truck. That doesn't count.
You blocked that out of your mind as a coping mechanism. I love how you just tried to scoot past that. You're like, like where you went to grade school, who your friends were back then. None of that matters.
No, they're all dead, right? That's not a real thing. No, but I mean, like the years that are like where you're like you're like in it. I feel like you
Formative.
start to be in it at like 14.
Sure,
right?
yeah.
So I'm like, I got 21 years of really in the shit,
I've been doing stuff.
and I'm maxed out.
No, you're not. You got a second wave.
Oh, I don't know. When is it coming, Tom?
Probably when Kimmel retires.
I'm pooped. I don't know if I can do this 3 or 4 more times. What if I live to be 88? Come on. That's
You could be the
exhausting.
president of the United States.
Oh boy, Tom. Don't you dare.
Yeah, dude.
Don't you dare.
I'm gonna get political.
Recite open mic comedy on this podcast.
Oh, that would be that would be such an open mic joke. Like, yeah, my grandpa just turned 90, so he's running for president.
So I guess he's ready for political office.
Dude, I saw an incredible, beautiful, really mean but beautiful comedy moment last week.
Lay it, boy. This sounds right up my alley.
At the you would have been dying. I mean, I almost texted you during it, but I was like, I'm saving that for the pod. I was at the open mic at the Improv, which is, it's so funny because it's this crazy thing of like, it's kind of your best chance in LA to break into a top 2 club here.
Right.
But it's also the worst comedy you will ever see in your whole life because there's a next level of delusion. Like, there's people going to this mic that don't go to any of the other mics because they're like, well, this is where David Spade performs. So I think I already told some of these characters on here. Like,
well, yeah, it's the idea of all I need to do is be seen one time.
Exactly. It's the guy who said he mostly performs in stores.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
He's like, if a grocery store is just pretty crowded, I'll set up shop.
I'm kind of big in like aisle 8. I do a lot in aisle 8.
He's like, oh, dude, I will murder a produce section.
We have somebody doing a hot 15 in aisle 8.
Like, was he at least killing? Of course.
Like, honestly, he's destroying. Yeah. This guy's unbelievable.
Oh, my God. So it's these terrible people. So there's this guy up there who's doing like, truthfully, I've seen him twice now, and I can't tell if he's doing a character.
He's not.
Or if, I don't think he is. He really is like, he calls the vaccine the oh fuck.
Still talking about the vaccine.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah.
Oh boy.
He's doing like only like conspiracy theory shit.
Okay.
And
he's
like I didn't get. Oh, he had a term that was amazing. It was like vaxa invaded or something. Like, it was like a term of like I think he said I didn't get vaxa invaded. Like,
I mean, obviously that's killing.
Right, yeah. And people are like, I think
obviously the people at the open mic are shitting their pants at that one.
So then he's probably a minute and a half in, and he says something that goes to complete silence, and somebody in the back just lets out like an uncontrollable laugh, like just clearly laughing at him.
Of course.
And it starts this little spread. There's 200 people in this room. And it starts this little spread, and he's talking again now, and we all start like dying laughing.
Well, it's like it's like laughing in church. It's like, you're not supposed to,
what it was.
But you can't help yourself.
It's exactly what it was. Like, we all just started kind of laughing, and then we're like, this guy's like murdering all of a sudden. But like at him. It was laughing at him.
He has no clue.
And he's like so confused on stage, and that just added to it. He was kind of like, what?
Oh,
like,
shit.
And then he literally did 2 things that got like literally erupt, like applause breaks. He said, this guy knows what I'm talking about at one point, because I think he was referencing the guy who had laughed originally.
Yeah.
And he was like, see, I guess one guy knows what I'm talking about. Huge laugh. And then he goes, he looks down and he goes, all right, I think I only have a few minutes left. It's a 3-minute set. And he's not doing it, ironically. Like,
all right, I think I only got my whole time left.
I mean, that got a laugh that was like, he couldn't talk over us then. Like, he tried.
Oh, this is kind of heartbreaking, but kind of amazing.
I mean, it was like this moment of like, it was a perfect point in the night where most of us realized, like, we're not going to get picked. This sucks. We were all in bad moods. Then he gets up there. He gets a chance to go up there and showcase for them.
This guy, yeah.
And this is what he's doing. So we're all like pissed. And then it just broke the tension. And like, we're like, we're going to.
It's kind of a perfect night. Yeah. It's kind of a perfect scenario because he still doesn't know what to make of that night.
No, he was so confused when he got off stage. Like,
This is what's so weird. It's like, you've never been laughed at? We've all been laughed at.
yeah, like this was like lunchroom laughing at you.
Like, you know when people are laughing at you.
This was you fell down
Yes.
and dumped a milkshake on Betsy.
You've
And-
made a fool of yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, like, you know what it feels like when you're not a part of the joke.
Yeah, but he did not.
And he had no clue.
I mean,
which makes it funnier.
Right, that's why the laughing kept going, is like he was just trying to tell these horrific jokes.
God. Do you remember a time where you really got laughed at?
Huh.
I mean, you were 5'1". What? You have a couple.
Yeah, but I was so mean when people would try to make fun of me.
Oh, yeah. You had a little dog in you.
Yeah, it's the same way. Like when it's like I have that self-conscious Napoleon complex somewhere
Sure.
in there.
You're waiting. You got one in the chamber.
But yeah, like one time, I do remember one time farting in 3rd grade in Mrs. Tegler's class, and it accidentally being out loud, and I got made fun of pretty hard for that because I didn't own it.
You weren't the cool guy. Oh,
No,
you didn't own it.
I didn't like own it. I was like, that wasn't me, and
Everybody's like,
yeah,
hey,
no,
Tom. Yeah, it was.
it definitely was.
Yeah, it fucking was, Tom.
Have you had that?
One time I really remember getting laughed at where so I was in 8th grade. I was playing on the like there were a couple people that were like a couple seniors that were like out on the basketball team.
Okay.
So I was starting.
Oh,
and
I was like, damn, progressive as hell school. Hell yeah.
Yeah, it was not at all. And so like a couple of seniors were like sick or something. So they were like, Smith, you're playing point guard. And I didn't have a uniform or anything, so like gave me like the warm-ups and shit, and they were all enormous.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like rolling them up. And I go in warm-ups and I go to take my first layup, and like you go to plant that foot,
Oh no.
and the fucking
Caught in the
warm-up
bottom?
went under my foot, and I just like cartoonishly slipped and just landed right on my back. And it was one of those gyms. You know, they're like kind of set down. In the gyms, like the bleachers don't start for like 10 feet.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Absolutely.
So like they're on top of you.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like this all black gym. We're playing this, it's this this black school, and they just were howling. The whole gym just howling, laughing at me.
Oh,
And it
God.
was one of those things where I was like, this is humiliating, but I did kind of eat my ass right there.
Yeah, like they are absolutely in the right here.
Yeah, like I deserve to be getting absolutely pointed out and pictures taken of me because that was kind of incredible.
God.
But like, there was no chance of me being like, "Oh, they think I'm cool."
Oh, right. Yes, I was like, why did we start talking about this?
They were like, "Look at this fucking idiot
It would
who's about to have 8 turnovers in the first quarter."
It would be like. It would be like if you got back to the layup line in that scenario and you're like, see this shit, dude? They love me.
They fucking love me at this school, dude.
That's
like,
the energy
no.
of this guy at the open mic.
They are absolutely cackling, laughing at you.
At your expense.
And you know what? Boy, I had a bad game.
Yeah, that got to you a little bit.
They got my head.
First start,
8th grade, pooping my pants.
maybe it could have just gone with shorts for the layup lines.
No, you gotta wear the breakaway
You love
pants,
wearing the
Tom.
breakaways.
Gotta wear the
Yeah.
breakaway pants. Of course I was wearing the breakaway pants. I was pumped.
God, I love our good friend John Mulaney's joke where he's like, you will never understand the humiliation of every Saturday
Yeah.
putting on breakaway pants and never having a chance to break them away.
They're harder to break away than you'd think.
Well, yeah, I mean, it looks so cool when you get them all in one, but most of the time, 2 get stuck at the bottom, and then you're like, "Gah!"
It's never a cool look because when you watch the guys that really do it, they're usually about 6'7", 240 pounds.
Got a lot more leverage.
And I'm 5'4", trying to rip these things off. I look like an absolute douche.
Also, yours are fitting a little bit more like clown pants and not as tight to the thigh.
Man, I look like such a fucking idiot. Such an idiot.
And somehow we're right back into Tim's childhood drama. You're like, and I was new in school, and my big brother was on the team,
My
and
brother was there. No, he was being a stud on the football team. And A couple of girls I liked were in the stands. I was like, here's my big moment. My mom was filming. They deleted that footage.
You deleted that footage.
I just threw the camera into the ocean. It's right into the Gulf of Mexico. No, my childhood was sick, dude. What are you talking about? I'm doing all right. I'm in the gym.
You're still Jim Smith?
No.
What?
Haven't been to the gym in like 3 weeks, Tom.
What's going on, Jim Smith?
When you get out of the groove of the gym and then it's impossible to get back in.
Borderline impossible.
It's impossible. I got to do one. Well, it's got to be more than one day. It's got to be like 5 days in a row.
I think it's 30 days is habit forming.
Well, that's too big of a hill. Give me 5, Tom.
You bought iced lattes 30 days in a row. And look at that. You're doing great with it now.
See, that's what's such horseshit. Why is it so easy to do unhealthy things?
Yeah, the vices are way easier.
Why are the vices easy? See, this whole thing, I don't have 60 years left in me, Tom. I got 15 left, and I'm calling it.
Hey, don't say that. In 15 years, we have to do Caroline's again.
No, come on. In 15 years, I'll be 68 years old. That's a time to go out.
I'm going to do the Breakdown Artist series in 15 years.
Just you absolutely freaking out about all the things you've done wrong.
That would be really fun for a club to do. They're like, hey, if you feel like if you want to like go out blazing saddles.
We're doing a breakdown artist.
We could do a breakdown artist series for you.
We'll give you an artist and let you just really let the crowd have it.
And you're going to definitely say some slurs up there.
Say whatever you want. It's the last time you're doing comedy.
It's going to ruin your career.
Why not? That's actually kind of an amazing idea.
It'd be a good show. It'd be a good show to film. I'm a genius, I think.
Tom, what do you think about all these comics recording albums? What do you think about this?
I don't understand it. It's like if I recorded an album right now, it would first off it'd be really good.
Obviously it would be just tight jokes for an hour.
But I'd be like, who my friends would listen to it?
Yeah, I'm like, so you recorded an album. If you sold 200, it would be astronomical, right?
Also, no one's buying albums. It's like that's not a thing anymore.
You would just put it on YouTube and you'd get your 18 views and you'd say that was worth my time.
Yeah, like do the special. But then the beautiful thing is you see some of these specials that people put out and I'm like, that's on YouTube. The view count is public.
Yeah. Yep. Yes.
I can estimate pretty closely to what you spent on this. And now I can see that 79 people have viewed it.
And I know that you spent about $130 a view.
Oh, yeah. At least.
And I don't know if you're seeing that return, my friend.
It's like, I don't understand the recording an album thing.
But it seems like it's an epidemic. Everybody's recording an album.
I think
every time I log onto the fucking internet, everyone's recording it out. Here, come to my album recording. No.
It's a move that when things aren't happening, you can be like, well, I'm recording an album, and then it's like, because I've noticed it when you brought up earlier the people that want to say, hey, I have credits too, even though they're not real credits. Most of the time, I've noticed when it's people like that, it's hey, I just recorded my album. You can find it on Facebook and my aunt's desktop, and I'm like,
what's it called? You're a whore. Awesome. Let me say that on stage.
Yeah, I think I don't know. I don't have any desire to do that until I feel like a lot of people will watch it.
I just don't understand. Like, there has to be some demand, right? That's like any business idea, any sort of business plan. You have to show where the demand is.
What do you think about this for a social media idea? Just Facebook. Drop the
It is cleaner that way.
Yeah, that's good. Just like a comedy, the way people post clips now, if there are truly people that want to watch that many stand-up clips, I feel like there should just be a comedy app.
Here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking people, because all we do is follow comics, and our algorithms are fully, so we fucked. Probably think that it's like we're so inundated with comedy clips. I would bet any normal person that's just on Instagram looking at their friends, blah, blah, blah. I bet it's not as many stand-up clips as we get.
Yeah, that's
so.
fair.
I bet it's like
That's
a nice change of pace from looking at like the new Levi jeans that are coming out. They're like, oh, what's this idiot talking about?
Do they have new stuff coming out?
They got a couple of new like 501s. Yeah,
I like Levi's. I wear them sometimes.
I'm a through and through Levi guy.
Roommates-in-law is actually brought to you by. We almost forgot to do our ad. We're almost up. It's brought to you by Brett Favre and Levi's, but mostly Brett Favre.
Mostly Brett Favre and the volleyball team that he stole all that money for.
Yep, it's mostly just the problematic stuff that Brett Favre has done. That's the part that sponsors.
Tom, where are we at?
I think we got like a couple minutes. We're at like 55, I think.
55?
Yeah. Where are you gonna be? When are you and G Feesme's hitting the read?
Me and the big G hitting the read. 26th to the 29th. We're gonna be all over the Northeast. Let's see. This comes out on Thursdays. I'm gonna be at the Tiny Cupboard all weekend. Come out to the Cub. Why not?
The TC. Hey, will you throw my name back in there? They don't respond to me anymore ever since I bombed the worst I've ever bombed there.
That was not a fair way to.
Well, they haven't responded since. So
that was a tough one. That was wild. that was truly wild.
It's still probably to this day the worst set of my life.
I've never packed up someone else's belongings mid-set, but that one I was like, let me go ahead and get his stuff in his bag
He's
for him.
He's not going to want to stick around here any longer than he has
Let's go ahead and get the fuck out of here. Right the moment he says, great, thanks so much. Oof.
Oh, man. Yeah, you met me at the door.
Yeah, absolutely. And right? I was rightful to do that.
You're right. I did forget my umbrella in there, so I had to go back inside.
Oh, no, you got to ditch that umbrella. You got to ditch it. But yeah, I'm at the Cub all weekend. Let's see. Oh, and buy your tickets to the freaking Zanies, November 23rd.
Old Town in
Chicago. The kid's coming back. I got 8 new jokes. I got a great opener. I got a great host.
I thought you meant opening joke.
No, great. I got the great Pat Bulldog hitting the feature.
Hell yeah.
I got Lucia Whalen hitting the host. I'll find somebody to do a good guest spot. But it's going to be a fire show. Buy some tickets to that. Also just got doing the Hideout in Boston, February 3rd and 4th. That's my dang birthday. I'm turning 28 years old. Come on out and celebrate. Lizzie and I are getting a hotel. We're going to spend the weekend in Boston, a little birthday weekend in Boston. Tom, what do you think about that?
I like a birthday weekend in Boston. It rolls off the tongue nice. It's got a nice, I think you maybe make a poster for it.
Birthday week in Boston. And it's nice because it's going to be beautiful weather in Boston, February 3rd. So it'll be nice.
One of the best times of the year. There.
We'll be able to, get out and about. Where are you at, Thomas?
I'm trying to pull this thing up. This weekend, this comes out. Yeah, I'm currently in Washington, D.C., featuring for Kelsey Cook at the DC Comedy Loft.
Let's go.
And then next week I'll be in Nueva York with my good friend Tim. I'll be there next Monday.
Jesus, is that true?
Yeah. No, I'm not staying with you though.
Oh, you didn't tell me that?
Sorry. Yeah, no, I'm not.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah. I love that you're not like, oh, dude, well, we would have loved to have you. No, that's a huge relief, huh?
Well, we can text about it later, but you know what the sitch is.
Yeah, I do. So, anyways, I'll be in New York. Then I'll be in. Then I'm taking a little trip to Minnesota. That's not. I don't know. Now I'm just telling you my travel schedule. But shows to come to: DC, Atlanta. And then I'll be back in New York in November doing some more fun shows. Then.
Bingo.
But, yeah, everything's on the website.
Sorry, I forgot. December 16th and 17th, CG's Comedy Club, Bolingbrook, Illinois.
Let's go.
Come on out. It's going to be fun. That's a fun.
Who you got on that one?
I got to figure that out. I'm going to hit up my guy and see if I can bring a pal out there. But yeah, that'll be fun too. Back in the Chicagoland area. Having a fun time. Get some tickies. I'm out here riffing and raffing.
We're riffing and raffing. We're some rats looking for some cheese. Buy some tickies. I was trying to pull up November, I'm in Columbus with Becky Robinson at one point, and with her in Denver and Aspen in December that weekend. So if you're not going
Little
to
place
CG's,
called Aspen.
if you're not going to CG's, go to a place where the beer flows like wine, and the women instinctively flock like the salmon at Capistrano. And then I'm at the Hideout in Boston in February, right after Tim. So
Bingo, bango.
Come to both of them and then compare the two of us to our faces. We'd love that.
It's not going to be much of a comparison. I'm going to have cooler merch, and I will have a breakdown on stage.
The Breakdown Artist Series.
I'm going to have a breakdown artist series on
featuring
stage.
Roommates-in-law. Let's throw a whole tour together with it.
That would be kind of sick. I go to a place, and then you go to a place, and then we have people vote, and then we argue about it on the pod.
And one of us has a breakdown.
It'll more than likely.
We feature a local comic on each of the shows, and we're like, "Hey, you have to ruin your career tonight."
Hey, sorry, fucking dipshit. This is what you asked for. Hey, toss us some likes on Spotify. We've been hovering at 34 5-star likes. Give us a like for Christ's sake.
Throw a
Jesus
review
Christ.
out there. Toss a subscribe on YouTube's.
All your dang platforms. All right, Tom, we're begging them for too much.
Okay, we love you guys. Bye.
Hey.
He married my sister, now we're living together. We're